I sit in front of you, a changed man, after watching Beau is Afraid. My life has been significantly altered. And I mean that in the way that it has been altered terribly. I'm pretty sure I need to seek professional counseling and therapy after sitting through Beau is Afraid. So before I dive into anything, let's give you a quick synopsis. No spoilers. Beau is Afraid is about a man named Beau who is afraid and his trip home to his mother. I wish I could tell you more, but there is not more to tell. And if there was, it would be a spoiler. Let's dive into the pros. We'll start with pros today. Beau is Afraid has a phenomenal cast. I'm not going to lie to you. I can't tell you some of their names, but you'll recognize them. I am a very big Joaquin Phoenix hater. I wake up extra early in the morning so I can hate on his performances. I don't think he's done that much greatness. I think Gladiator was where he was at his best, or probably up there as well. That's it. I hated the Joker. But Joaquin Phoenix did a really good job. So did the rest of the cast. I mean, truly, they crushed it. For an A24 film that has, high standards, they really went above and beyond with the acting. Props to them. Soundtrack. The score was beautiful. I mean, it really did kind of enthrall you as much as it could into the movie. What else do I have for pros? Oh, it's beautiful. Credit where credit's due. I always say it. They went above and beyond. Some of the shots, unbelievable. Some of the, let's call them chapters in the film, great. There was some serious artwork, like actual artwork, and then the art that was their framing of certain scenes and the actual camera work, and just mind-boggling scenes on screen. Just leave it at that. But let me actually go to the more important part. That's the cons. I have never in my life had a more back and forth film. Every 5 seconds, I change my mind on, this movie I need to recommend this to someone. To no other human should have to experience this movie. I'm still processing what I watched. I don't think I'll ever fully process what my eyes just consumed. I don't think there's a correct vocabulary to describe the atrocity, yet beautifulness of what I've seen on screen. Beau is Afraid is, in essence, just a pure A24 film. And I talk a lot about A24 because I'm a big fan of theirs, and I love the fact that shooters shoot. Right? A24 doesn't care about your feelings. They don't care about anything. They're an art house, smallish, getting bigger production company, and they're going to put out whatever they want. And I can appreciate that. Not every movie needs to be a blockbuster, which is very important to the movie industry, right? Look at Everything Everywhere All at Once, right? I don't think that was ever expected to be big. They had very limited releases, and it did well, and they said, screw it. And now look at it. Took home, 4 Oscars? Maybe more, maybe, who knows? Shooters shoot. But shooters miss. And this is one of the biggest misses I've ever seen. I am a very big fan of movies like this. I will watch anything. And I will do my best to fairly consume and then judge it. This movie is a wreck. It's almost awful. It has me thinking that I did something wrong because I went and looked up the Rotten Tomatoes and the IMDb ratings, and everyone's giving it like a 7. And then I thought about it. My biggest gripe is that this is just it's a mess on the screen. I'm going to be honest. I think it needs a rewatch, and I'm not going to rewatch this film. It's 3 hours long, and it feels every minute of 5 hours. It's horrible to watch. is reminiscent of me to like Moonfall. It's like that level of bad but good. But Moonfall didn't feel that long. But in the same way, this movie just has something happen and then something 10 times crazier and then 10 times crazier. And that happens 25 times to by the end of the movie, when the credits popped up, I audibly laughed. I was the only one in the theater. I'm allowed to do that. I laughed because I am not sure how to even begin to comprehend what I just watched. It's a mess. That's the only right. That's the only word for it. So this is Ari Aster, the director. This is like just another one of his films, right? And you take notes from things like Midsummer or from Hereditary. I'm sure they're the same genre, but they're incredible. And sure, those can have a rewatch, right? There's things to find in a rewatch. However, you don't need to rewatch it to even try to fucking understand the plot. This movie's awful. It's awful, but good. And that's what I'm saying. I think this is going to be an incredibly difficult review because I don't know what I even want to say or think about this movie. It's that unique, but it's so unique that it's bad. The plot is, I don't know what happened in the film. By the end of the movie, I'm questioning my sanity. Okay? I've truly never been so befuzzled by a work like this. I think this is actually going to be a movie I never fully comprehend. I'm trying to find reviews online where someone can explain to me why this is good. But yet I leave the theater and I'm like, that was bad, but that was like really good. And why do I think it's good? I think it's well done. I think everything's very well done except for the plot. Which how many points can you take off for the plot? Right? Like I don't know. This is where I'm having a little bit of trouble figuring out what I want to say. It's beautiful. It's as art house and indie and as unique as anything I've ever seen. But it's awful. And I don't know how to balance that. I truly don't. I could give this a 3 and I could give it an 8. I don't, personally, I am lost. I'm lost. It's this level of conflict I've never seen in a movie. Let me try to explain to you that this is a 3-hour epic that explains nothing, gives you nothing, and fully confuses you the entire way through. Like I said, I laughed at the end of the movie because I just sat there for 3 hours. Not even sure what I consumed. Before I give my rating, I just want to say that it is every bit of 3 hours. Okay, it feels very long. And I think it only feels so long because it's lost itself somewhere in the way. 99% of the movie doesn't make sense. And it's not even like funny or good. I would not be surprised if Regal then told me, like, hey, problem with our soda dispenser, we drugged you. Because I still can't comprehend what I watched. So I say all that to say, as a self-proclaimed movie critic, I'm going to give the movie a 7.5. Very light 7.5. I'm taking 2.5 points off for plot because I don't know how I managed to leave that theater. Like, damn, I'm glad I've seen this. Because I am. I'm glad I watched that. Is it one of the worst movies I've seen this year? Yes. Will it be on my worst movies of 2023? Probably. Personally, I'm going to give it like a 4 and like an 8.5. This movie reminds me of something like, like One Piece, where you have to lie to your friends to be like, oh, dude, it's really good, but you need to watch. You need to watch it to understand. You need to devote 25 hours of your life to watching it to understand. That's what you have to do for this movie. I guys, I don't even know how to explain this. I'm serious. It's been bothering me. I've been thinking about this for hours now. I've been thinking about it for hours. The movie's great and it's terrible all in the same movie to the point where I'm truly lost. I'm actually lost. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Don't know what to do, don't know what to say. But what I will say is don't take your kids to see this movie. If you are not a serious movie watcher, I think this movie will be lost on you. I think it will be a waste of your time. I think it'll be a waste of your money. I think if you very much love movies, this is a definite watch. One, to say you've seen it. Two, so that you can try and comprehend what you just consumed. Like I said, I think I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I think I hated it. And it's killing me. If you're going to watch it, be aware that you are getting into something that is unlike anything you'll ever watch.